everybody. I'm Stacy.
And I'm her daughter, Mickey.
And welcome to KiddieNomics! Thank you, everybody, for joining today. Welcome to another fun-filled Friday of Kids Financial Literacy. We are super excited for today's guest because she is going to be talking about real estate in Florida. Has anybody ever been to Florida? I'll ask you guys. Yes, you've been to Florida many times. I love this state. It is so nice and sunny. No, says Lisa. Lisa's never been to Florida. I'm going to ask you guys again. Janaya says me. Yay, so you must love it as much as I do. It's nice and hot and sunny and fun. Hi, Madeline. So let's get started. Hi, Laith. Nope, Laith says nope. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Melanie. Oh, hi, Alicia. All right, before I say hi to everybody, let me start by sharing my screen, and then we'll introduce our special guest today. Okay. All right, KiddieNomics. There's KiddieNomics. All right. First of all, we'd like to thank all of the new kiddies that have signed up today. Thank you so much, and welcome to KiddieNomics. If you put into the chat that this is like your first KiddieNomics webinar, don't worry, the kids will say hi to you and welcome you in our chat box, okay? And of course, we'd like to thank all of our returning kids that are here week after week. We love you for being here and supporting KiddieNomics and just learning in financial literacy. So, what is KiddieNomics? Right? So what is KiddieNomics? KiddieNomics is here to help kids ages 8 to 13 to develop a healthy relationship towards financial literacy, helping to start kids off on the right path to have a successful financial future. That's what we want for you. That's what I want for you. That's what she wants for me. That's what we want for everybody around the world, right? We want you guys to be super smart, and therefore you can be whatever it is that you want to be, and financial literacy is just going to help you get there, right? All right, so let's do some housekeeping items. All right, what do we always say on KiddieNomics? We love to keep a fun, safe community here on KiddieNomics, so we always want to maintain your privacy. So in the chat box, sorry, I should tell you about the chat box first. Remember that we cannot see or hear any of you kiddies, right? So in order for you to communicate, especially if this is your first time, in order for you to communicate, you do have to message us in the chat box. So if you do want to raise your hand, because I do see raise your hands from time to time, please remember to just also type the question in the chat box, okay? And then I'll read out your question to the expert or help answer that question in the chat box, because I always monitor the chat box. So speaking of the chat box, in the chat box is supposed to be used to answer and ask any questions that you guys have for the webinar that we're teaching today, right? So we never want to see anything personal, right? So we never want to know your ages. Please never type your ages in the chat box. No personal information, no email addresses, phone numbers, addresses, nothing personal, okay? But I do always do roll call. So Let's do roll call right now. Let me get into the chat box. If you're new, this is something new for you. So this is roll call, where I'll ask, which country are you joining from today for KiddieNomics? Let me see. Canada, says Nicole. Oh, hi, T. Brooks. Welcome to KiddieNomics. Micah, England, Anne, Canada. Nelma, Canada. Lai, Canada. Stacy Ann, Canada. Lisa, Spain. Woo! Hi. Let me see. My birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday, Joshua.
Happy birthday.
That is so awesome. We are so super excited for you. We wish you the bestest birthday tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, and it's supposed to be a nice day. So hopefully you're going to be able to get outside, maybe to the park or something, if it's safe and your parents allow you to. So happy birthday. You're welcome. Let me see. Melanie, Canada. Micah says happy birthday to you. Let me see. So Canada's repping today. Is there anybody from the USA today? Because we are going to be talking about America. That would be good if we had somebody from the US today. We usually do.
I know.
Oh, where's Mickey from today? Where are you from?
Krasno.
Krasno?
No, Krasno.
Karasuno. Is that an anime thing? That must be an anime thing.
It's in Haikyuu.
It's in Haikyuu? Okay. You know Mickey loves anime. Oh, Logan, your birthday was last Monday. Oh, happy belated birthday. I hope you had the bestest day possible. And we wish you many, many more wonderful birthdays, okay? You're welcome. All right, there we go for our roll call. Roll call was fun today. It's fun every week, but roll call was fun today. All right, let's get into our special guest because today we have Miss Michelle Williamson. So we talked about last year in 2020 how we're going to be on KiddieNomics, talk more about international things and things that you can, learn about, maybe investments. And so we're going to start with Florida in America. I should have asked you guys, do you know where Florida is?
Yeah, it's in the South.
It's in the South. Mickey's good. That's good. That's good. Let me see what the other kids say.
I was just guessing. I didn't actually know.
You didn't know South America or South? It's the southern part of the United States. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Lisa says she knows. Nelma says nope, they don't know. So maybe Miss Michelle can tell you. But anyways, let's get into Miss Michelle today. Michelle is a realtor with Lena Johnson Real Estate Inc. in South Florida. She specializes in assisting buyers and sellers with residential properties. Her main coverage area is Miami-Dade, Broward County, and the Palm Beaches. She is an entrepreneur with a mindset of helping people find a positive outcome in any transaction, and this translates to her other business ventures. All right, so let's give a big KiddieNomics round of applause to Miss Michelle Williamson. We're so excited to have you on. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. There she is, everybody. All right, all the kiddies are giving you nice claps in the chat box.
Hi, everybody. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me, Miss Stacy, and nice to see you, Mickey. Oh, they're giving claps. I like claps. I like claps. So yes. So for those of you who do not, they said they like it. For those of you who do not know where Florida is in the United States, and it's actually in the South. So it's one of the most southern states in the United States. So there you go, guys. That's where it is. Oh, somebody's saying, ooh, yay.
Can I, sorry to interrupt you, can I ask you to lower your screen a little bit because I'm seeing half of your face. There we go. There you go. Perfect. Yes, much better.
Let me fix it.
Blake and Leith would like to know, do you go on the Disney cruise? Oh, my kids are dying to go on that.
You know what? I was supposed to go on Disney cruise last year for actual cruise, but because of COVID, still never got to go, but I did visit the cruise ship. I have visited the cruise ship a few times because one of my other businesses is as a travel agent. So I get to travel all over the world and also get to look at the different things that I would want you guys to look at. So Disney ship, I've seen it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's almost as great as the park. It just doesn't have all the rides and all of that stuff, but oh my God, it is amazing. Have you been on Disney cruise before?
No.
Let's see, who asked that question? Did you go on? Oh, that was from Blake and Leith. So Blake and Leith, have you guys been on the Disney cruise? No, I think they're saying no, but Disneyland.
Okay. All right. And just so you know, you said Disneyland, but there's Disney World in Florida, and then there's Disneyland in California. Just a fun fact.
Oh.
And also there's Disney all over the world, actually, different parks. So today, I'm going to start by talking about investing in Florida real estate. And mainly I'm going to talk about residential real estate or buying a home in Florida. Okay, so Miss Stacy, I am going to go ahead and share my screen, and that should minimize us, correct?
Yes. So your screen will come up and then I'll be in a little box at the side.
Okay, let's see. And you're supposed to be here, view, and then, nope, that's not it, review. Oh, nope. Where is my slideshow?
Oh, beside review.
Uh,
Over.
oh, here it is. I'm sorry, guys. From the beginning. There we go. Okay, so am I blocking anything?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right. So, as you guys know, my name is Michelle Williamson, and I am a real estate agent in Florida. And in Florida, we do have an association called the National Association of Realtors. And so by definition, I am a realtor because I am part of that organization that governs real estate agents in Florida. So let's go. So can anybody tell me what is that first flag that you see on the left side? Which country does that, not you, Mickey, which country does that flag represent? The one on the left side.
The left side with the green, black,
With the green and the black and the yellow.
Yay, Jenna says Jamaica. Let me see. Michelle says Jamaica. Leith and Blake say Jamaica. Jamaica. Madeline, Jamaica. Brielle, Jamaica. Lisa, Jamaica. I think all the kids got it. And Jamaica. Hasset. Hi, Hasset. Jamaica. Logan, Jamaica.
Oh, wow. You guys are smart kitties. Smart, smart, smart. Yes, that is Jamaica. And what about the one on the top right-hand corner?
Canada.
Canada! All the kids are yelling, including Mix. Canada,
yes,
Canada.
Yes.
Dre says Canada. Hi, Dre.
Correct,
Brielle,
correct.
Canada. Nelma, Canada. We know our flag, right?
Well, remember, we have visitors that are not from Canada. So
Yeah,
that could be something different for them.
yeah, that's true.
And then, of course, at the bottom middle with the stars and the stripes, what country does that flag represent?
USA.
Mickey says USA. Jenna, USA. Brielle, United States. Oh, okay. Lisa Samuel. All right, cool. Hassett, USA. T. Brooks, USA. Nelma, USA. And USA. These kids are so smart.
They're very smart. They're very smart.
USA. Yeah, I think they got it.
Okay, so the reason why I have these flags up there is to just let you guys know a little bit more about me. So I was actually born in Jamaica. So that's the one on the far left with the green and the yellow and the black. I was born in Jamaica. I grew up in Jamaica until I was 15. And then guess what? I migrated to Canada, where you're at. Most of you are at.
Hey.
Yay, Canada. So I did live in Canada for another 15 years. And then guess what? I moved to the USA, specifically to Florida. So that's why I have the 3 flags there to show you guys where my journey has taken me so far. Okay. I know you guys probably know people that live in Jamaica, maybe, and people in the States. And so, you know, the world is a big place and we can move wherever you choose, as long as it's safe and it's somewhere that excites you. All right. Now, the world is yours to discover. There are 7 continents with many countries. And the 7 continents, I should have asked you guys. Oh my gosh.
It's too late
I
now.
should have asked you guys, but listen, there's Africa. I'm going to list them for you. I should have asked you, but I'm going to list them. Africa, Antarctica, Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. And out of all those 7 continents, I've been to Asia, Australia, Europe, North America, and South America. So guess where you can find the United States of America and Florida, where it is? Anyone knows which continent?
Which continent? Okay, Jenna says North America. Madeline says North America. Nyana says North. Hassett says North America. T. Brooks, North America, and North America. I think the kids got it.
You guys are very smart. You are very smart because guess what? Both the US and Canada are in North America. So, you know, you can drive across the border and go from the USA to Canada or Canada to the USA. That's how close we are. All right, guys. So let's talk about investing in Florida. Why would you want to invest in Florida? Or as I should say, these are the topics that I'm going to talk about. Why invest in Florida? funding to buy property in Florida, types of property in Florida, where to buy in Florida, and the taxes or implication of taxes when you do buy in Florida. This right here on the left, that's what the shape of Florida looks like. And if you look in there, there's a couple of different things that's in there. So why would you want to purchase a home or a property or invest in Florida? Florida does not have any state income tax. So I know you guys learned about taxes before because I believe you guys had Miss Gloria and she spoke about taxes, right?
Yes, that's right.
So you guys know about taxes. So there's different types of taxes, and there's state taxes and federal taxes. There's different taxes, but Florida has no state tax. Other states might have state tax, like New York, they have state tax. They have lots of taxes, but Florida, no state tax. In Florida, a lot of baby boomers are retiring. So people are moving to Florida for different reasons. Florida is the 4th largest state in the US, the nation's 3rd fastest growing state, and approximately 21 million people live in Florida. 21 million. That is a lot of people. I don't know if you guys know as far as numbers go. Stacey, do you know how many people are in Canada? Do you have any idea?
What is it? 30?
No,
have we reached 39 million yet? We're either between 37 to 39 million.
So you see how close? We're just one state. And we have.
Jenna says 37 million.
Oh, wow.
And Logan says 37 million. I'm sure one of the kids will Google this.
Sure.
And let me know for sure. I'm not sure. They're so smart. They always let me know. So let me see. Can somebody Google how many people do we have in Canada? Dre says 37. Lisa says 37. Niana says 37. So there we go. 37. Tish says 37 million. So they have 21 million in just one state alone, and we have 37 million in all of Canada.
Yep. So Florida is a full state. Why would you want to? Why did I move to Florida? Let me tell you guys. Florida has some of the best beaches. Also, there are some of the largest universities. And we have, someone was asking about the Disney cruise. Why? Because we have cruise ports in Florida. We have a cruise port in Orlando where you can get on the ship. You can go to Disney World and then you can get on the ship and cruise along the Caribbean or around the coast because there's a port in Florida for the ships. And Florida is one of the most popular vacation destinations in the US. You guys, where can you find this landmark? Let's see.
Florida and Disney.
Disney World, the kids say. Disney, Florida, Disney World, Florida, Disney World, Florida. Joshua says I went there.
Good for you, Joshua.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Disney World is actually located in Orlando, Florida. Now, this is the first park that Walt Disney designed. And so many people all over the world come to Florida just to go to Disney World. They want to go to the parks. They love the weather, all of that stuff. And so hopefully you guys will get your parents to take you to Disney World to visit. So in Orlando, if you were to move or buy property in Orlando, one of the reasons that you would buy is because Orlando is one of the number one visited cities in the USA and number one global destination. In 2019, because 2020 is kind of, a little bit sketchy because of COVID. So we can't talk 2020, but 2019, Orlando had over 78 million visitors. And it's not just to Disney. There's Universal Studios. There's all sorts of different parks and attractions. So as far as vacationing and people just, coming there to enjoy the place, over 78 million in 2019. Now, what other things can you find and where can you find these? Do you know what that is on the left?
Oranges.
It's the oranges, but not only that, it's an orange tree. In Florida, we grow oranges. Now it's getting less and less because they're replacing those with, guess what? Homes, condos, real estate. We're losing our oranges to real estate and investments and all of that. And then on the right hand side is a picture of a beach. And guess what, guys? In Florida, we have 1,197 miles of beautiful coastline and beaches. So if you like the heat, like Miss Stacy, if you like the heat, like Miss Stacy,
Hassan says woohoo too. I love the heat.
this is where
So
you.
Joshua agrees. The
Oh,
heat all the way. Love beaches.
oh, yeah. And trust me, I do too, which is why I moved to Florida and why I invest in Florida. I live in Florida, I buy in Florida, and I help other people to invest and buy in Florida. Another picture of a beach, beautiful, sunny, warm beach. And this you can find in Florida. Now, the average year-round temperature is, if it's a low, I put it in Celsius and Fahrenheit because in the US, we use Fahrenheit. And I know in Canada, you guys use Celsius, right?
Yes.
Okay. So a year-round temperature is really great in Florida, especially South Florida. So average about 21.1 degrees Celsius is the low. So when it gets to 21, guess what, people? They put on jackets. They put on Uggs. Some people. Can you imagine if you were there in Canada and it's 21 degrees and you're going to put on a winter jacket and put on Uggs? How would you look doing that? Well, here in Florida, you will find that as soon as it drops 21 or even 20, that's what people do. The highs could be as high as 26.6 Celsius or even higher. We go higher sometimes. So that's why Florida is one of those places that people want to invest in. They want to buy property. They want to buy their retirement homes. They want to buy their vacation homes because the weather is so great. What's the temperature for you guys today?
20.
No, it's not. Well, it's supposed to be. I wish it was 20.
No, 17.
17. It's supposed to be 17, but it's still. We're in Durham. So depending on where other kids are joining from within Canada, but today we're about supposed to be 17. So the kids say, Joshua says 18, Jenna says 17, Hazet says 17. So yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. So today I'm here in South Florida in the Miami area, and it's about 28 degrees Celsius. So you're not too far away, right?
Well, that's far away.
Yeah.
10 degrees. 11.
Yes. Okay. So the most popular types of properties or investments that you might purchase in Florida, when people from Canada or overseas want to buy, they will first look at a condominium. Right? A condominium, why would they look at a condominium? Because a condominium is like, it's an apartment, right? But it's inside a building and it's a secured building with lots of amenities. So you might think, I might want a condo. I might want a condo with a balcony, maybe overlooking the ocean. Some people like a city view, that kind of stuff. So you might want to think, okay, maybe I'll do a condo. Some people might want a single family home. They might say, you know what? I'd rather have somewhere that, I can go and it's just me and, my property, and I can have maybe 3 bedrooms or more. Some people might want more, and they could want that and invest in that. Some properties down here are villa style. Now, villa style accommodations are similar to single family home, but they're more relaxed. It's a 1-story property. And so you might think of doing that, or a townhouse. Now, the townhouse, similar to what you have in Canada, a townhouse might have multiple floors. It might have a first floor, second floor, third floor, that kind of stuff. But most of the time it is a 2-story. Now, if you guys were going to buy somewhere in Florida that you would come to on vacation, I know Auntie Stacy wants her property here in Florida. Which one of those would you guys want to purchase? Let's
Let
get a
me ask,
poll.
what's the average price of a condo or a single family home or a villa or a townhouse?
$21 million.
$21 million for a condo? Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness. Listen, Mickey, if that's the average cost of a condo, no one would be, well, no, I wouldn't say no one. Very few people would be buying the condos. Um, so in the prices vary actually, Auntie Stacy, and it depends on the area and it depends on the city. So, like in Toronto, if you were to buy in downtown Toronto versus Brampton versus Ajax, the prices are going to vary, and it's the same here. And it doesn't matter if it's a condo, if it's single family villa, townhouse, whatever. It's all about location. When we talk real estate, we talk about location, location, location. Yes, it has to do with size too and the luxury of it, but it's also about location. So here in South Florida, if you are looking for, let's say, a condo and you're looking inland, so you're not close to the beach or to the water, you can find like a 2-bedroom condominium in the 200, 300 range pricing, and that's low. You can go from 300. 300 is a good price right now because prices are going up everywhere. I'm sure prices are increasing or are way up there in Canada, and down here in Florida, prices are going up. If you're going to buy something on the beach, however, you're talking about 600,000. You could go to $1 million. They're more luxurious. You know, they have the floor to ceiling windows. They have the valet parking. They come with a lot of amenities. So the prices can range. It depends on what you're looking for. If your budget is small, you're going to look for somewhere that's more inland, that is away from the water, because the water is what everybody wants. Well, most people want to see water. A lot of people want to see water. So the price is higher when you go closer to the water. So any other questions in the chat, Miss Stacy?
I think one of the kids wanted to know what exactly is a villa.
Okay,
Yes.
so
And I wanted to know what is a villa. Some of the kids tried to answer, but maybe if you can clarify, Miss Michelle, what is a villa? And what
okay,
is the pricing for a villa?
so a villa. Okay, so let me explain what a villa is. So a villa style accommodations is similar to a house, but a villa is usually a one-story property that it's set up. I guess it's similar to a house, so except it's one story. And usually you can have villas in their own little community. So here in Florida, we have communities called gated communities. Now, what that means is that I don't know where if you have any in Toronto or in Canada, but here in Florida, they have accommodations called gated community. And what that means is there's security. The whole community is within a fenced area, and there's a gate, and there's security at that gate. And before you can get in, somebody that lives in the community has to say they know you. You have to show your identification to get in, and you're buzzed in. If there's a code, then you would need that to get into that community. So you have to know someone that lives in there in order to get in there, and you have to pass through security. So in South Florida, there's a lot of gated communities, and some communities come with different amenities, including a clubhouse with swimming pools, and they might have salon. So it's like a little city within a city. So a villa, back to what I was explaining about the villa is similar to a house, but they designate those as with that name, specific name, because it's usually a one-story property, and sometimes it could be on the beach, and they call it that a villa.
So the kids are saying, well, a lot of the kids are now saying that they Googled what a villa is, and now they need a villa. So they need to buy a villa because it looks like, I think they're thinking that it's a mansion, a really nice big piece of house with a lot of land and a
With
pool.
land. Yes, some of
But
them do.
Ida wants to know, is a villa like a bungalow? Because that's what we would have. We have a lot of bungalows in
Yes,
Toronto.
yes, yes. So that would be another name for a villa, is a bungalow.
Okay. All right. So we got that clear. So
And
can a villa be a really big house? Because bungalows typically are smaller, but they're one story. So that's a bungalow.
yes. So they come in different sizes, right? And yes, a villa can come in different sizes, and it can be small to medium size, or it can be a large size. And here in South Florida, we have a lot of homes that are not they're not necessarily designated villas, because we have a lot of millionaire homes and celebrity homes, and they're huge, with swimming pools and tennis courts and game rooms and movie viewing rooms and all sorts of things, the things that you see on TV. There's a lot of that in South Florida. There's an island called Star Island, where a lot of the movie stars and famous people buy property there. And that island, you have to take a bridge to get on there, and you cannot get over there without passing through security. And so you have to know someone there. You have to have business there in order to go on that island. So that's the thing with properties or houses or real estate. You can go from small to really, really extravagant. Now, it's up to you what you want to own, right? And it's all about your buying power. And I know, oh, go ahead, Miss Stacy.
The kids want to clarify again, for a villa, they're really fascinated with the villa. Nelma wants to know, so is a villa meant for one family or multiple families? Like, is it big enough for just for really one family, or would you say multiple families could live in a villa?
You can have a villa. No, a villa is usually still for one family, but you can have many bedrooms. So you can have a villa with 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms. You can have a villa that's, a smaller number of bedrooms or a larger number of bedrooms, but it still would be one family.
Okay. I think you're good on the villa. They're really fascinated with the villa.
I know. Okay, so if you were to buy a home in Florida, right? What would you use it for? Because if you're Canadian and you live in Canada, but you say, I want to own something in Florida, I want to invest in Florida, I want it for a vacation home. So when I do come to Florida, I have somewhere to stay, right? That's one reason why you'd buy a home in Florida if you don't want to move from Canada permanently. There's a lot of people, they call them snowbirds, or they used to call them snowbirds, where they live half the time in Canada and half the time in Florida, and they have vacation homes. Some people, they will rent their homes when they're not in the US, and when they go back to Canada and when they are ready to come back, then they don't have any tenants living there. Some people invest in Florida as an investment. They hold it to sell it, or they buy to sell it because they have a feeling that the market is going to be up. So they buy it and then they hold it and then they sell it. And so when it comes to rentals, you can either buy it and rent it until you're ready to sell it, or again, you can buy it, you can rent it, and then when you're ready to come and visit, you don't have any renters, because some people are doing Airbnbs now and all sorts of things with their property to make money. So it's not just sitting there. So that's a partial rental. And it gives you income, right? Because we're all about financial literacy and growing our money. So when you're doing something like this, you always got to think, how can I make more money, or how can this investment be good for me? So that's why you would think about things like maybe, renting it out while you're not in it. Some people want their privacy, though. They don't want anyone there. Now, I don't know what your preference would be. Would anyone there, any of you kiddies, want to rent your property while you're not there, or would you want to keep it closed up until you get here?
Well, Hassad says he would want to buy a property so that he can stay there when he goes to Disney. So that's awesome.
Exactly.
Joshua wants to know, can a kid be a landlord of the bedroom since the And the parents are the. Oh, okay. So I'm saying, so I understand what you're saying, Joshua. You're saying, can the kid be a landlord of their bedroom, and then the parents be the landlord of the entire house? Yes, that's what you're asking. So, Miss Michelle, can a kid be the landlord of their bedroom and the parents be the landlord of the house?
Okay.
Oh no, I think he means like, can he be the can the kids be the landlord of the bedrooms?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No,
Yeah,
you said
of the bedroom.
you said the bedroom.
Yeah, that.
I said bedrooms.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Joshua. I think we're confused. Hold on. And then the kids are answering your question. So, sorry, do you want to answer Joshua's question, and then I'll read out what the kids are saying for your answer to your question.
Okay, so what is a landlord? A landlord is someone that owns a property, right? And then they may choose to rent it out. So, Joshua, you want to know if you could be the landlord of your room and your parents be the landlord of the house. It's a matter of, are you and your parents buying the house together? You know, where you're putting in your money to buy your own bedroom and then they're putting the money to buy the rest of the house. That's how you would be the landlord. But if you yourself, you know, when you get a little older, or if you have money to invest and you say to your parents, I want to buy a property, and it's your own property, then you are the landlord. And
Of the entire
your parents
house.
will be that. Yes, of the entire house. I
All
hope
right.
that helps.
Yes. All right. So Nelma says, yes, they would want to rent it out. Yes, I want to make money. Madeline says she close it up. Anne says close it up. Micah says rent it out. Something might get broken. Oh, Madeline says something might get broken because I will have a Wii or Switch. So yeah. Oh, something might get broken in the house. So that's why you didn't want to rent it out.
Rent it,
Right.
yes.
That's right. Joshua says, I'm making the Joshua says, I'm making the teacher think hard.
Yes, that, you know what? That was a challenging question, Joshua. I appreciate it. That did make me think. I'm like, wait a minute, he's gonna be the landlord of his own bedroom and his parents is the landlord of the rest. Okay, all right. You did make me think
See
with
the
that one.
entrepreneur spirit, though. You see the entrepreneur spirit, which is amazing.
Yes, correct, correct. Yes.
Hassad says, I want it to be a villa. So they're looking at properties and they would love to, and he or she would love to buy a villa. And Brielle says she would rent it out. And Akira says, oh, you have the money. Okay. So I think she's ready to buy. Oh, okay, Hassad, thank you. Okay, so you have a few people. I think it's like 50-50. Half of them would rent it out, half of them would close it up because they're maybe concerned with what renters may do in their property.
Yes, and that's always a concern, right? When
Oh,
you
Raquel says close it. Dre says rent it. So yeah, we're about 50-50.
I would say
yes.
close.
Oh, Mickey says close it. Why?
Because what if somebody comes in the house in the middle of the night and breaks up, and then after breaks that whole entire house, and now after what are you gonna do? You're not construction.
Oh, okay. So then suppose they break up your whole house, and then what are you gonna do? Because you're not a construction worker to fix it.
Well, that, you know what? That's a whole nother topic or idea that you would have to think about, right? Because there's something called, or a profession called, property managers, and you can have a property manager take care of your property while it's being rented, because you're not going to be here, right? So you need somebody to overlook your property and make sure that things are running right with it. And you also, when you're a landlord, you also take certain amount of money to cover any damages that might happen to your house. And of course, you want to have insurance. So if anything happens to your property, you have insurance to cover any damages. So, I mean, I could see both sides, because I'm a private person myself. I don't like people touching my stuff. And if I was renting my property, I would probably not have my personal stuff in there, right? While people are in there, or trying to rent it out or whatever. I don't know how people do Airbnbs. There goes my earpiece. My earpiece fell out. Airbnbs, but yeah. So those are good concerns that you guys have. I agree with both sides.
Now,
So
says if you break it, then they'll have to pay for it, and they just make that a rule.
Yeah, but what
So
if they run off?
That's a good one. And Jenna would like to know, do you have to pay for insurance?
yes, yes. And you know what? Insurance is a universal thing, right? You guys have insurance in Canada for health insurance, car insurance, house insurance, and that's the same thing. And there's something called renter's insurance here also. So if someone's going to rent your property, you can advise them to make sure they have renter's insurance. So if anything goes wrong on their part, their insurance can cover if they don't have the money right out to repair it. So am I able to move on, Miss Stacy?
Let me see. Yes.
Any other questions? Okay. So how would you go about buying in South Florida? So most people will take out a mortgage. And as far as financing, there's, you know what? TD, Toronto Dominion, which is the correct name, but everybody says TD. TD actually has an arm here in the US. So a lot of people that we're finding are using the TD USA arm to get mortgage financing. If you're in Canada, you guys have RBC, which is Royal Bank of Canada. And of course, Miss Stacy, you had other guests that talks about mortgages, right? In Canada, or getting a mortgage.
Yep, that's right. We've done.
You've covered.
Yes, we've covered mortgages, but if there's always new kiddies on KiddieNomics. So please remember that every KiddieNomics webinar is recorded, and we do post it to our KiddieNomics YouTube channel. So if you check out our KiddieNomics YouTube channel, you will find the session about mortgages. And that was with Miss Keisha Johnson, but we are also having another session about mortgages coming up in June.
June, yes, yes, in June, yes, June. And also there's cash. So there's some people out there that might have the cash, sitting down that they want to use to invest in buy real estate. And so you can buy cash property in Florida. There's another alternative that I've seen people do where to finance the home, they use their Canadian credit cards. Now, there's always risk, right? Because there's an exchange rate between the US and Canada. So sometimes sometimes we'll say the exchange rate is bad, right? There can be bad exchange rates where the Canadian dollar is so low that it's going to cost you more to purchase in the US. So you do have to watch out for that. So because there's always risk involved. Did I touch something? Wait, I got to go back. Let's see. Oh, where is my, okay. What do you see in here? Slideshow view. Oh, I went crazy.
No, so go back to slideshow, and then you could go back to current slide. So go back to slideshow, back at the top, over.
Here it is.
Yeah. And then you can go from
current slide. Okay, here's an example of there's some properties that are building right now up in Orlando, and this is one of the payment structures that they have set up. So with property, if you're gonna buy and you don't have the cash, you can do a down payment. So they're asking $5,000 to reserve a unit because these are being built. Just so you guys can get an example of what it looks like. Oh, I see a typo. Initial deposit would be 10% of the purchase price. Now, these townhouses are starting at $300,000. So if you had to put down a deposit of 10% of the purchase price, guys, let's see who knows their math in here. How much would that be? 10% of the purchase price.
300,000.
10 times.
10% of 300,000 in the chat box.
In the chat box.
10% of 300,000. Ivy says 30,000. The first one in. Yay!
30,000. I got it.
Akira says 3,000. Jenna says 3,000. Hazet says 30,000. Let me see. Tish says 3,000. 10% of 300,000.
100,000.
So Madeline says 3,000. Dre says 3,000. Anne says 30,000, I think.
Okay, Miss Stacy, you're the finance person. So what would that be? Tell them the answer.
So 10% of 300,000,
1,000.
we're looking at $30,000.
See, I told you.
10% of 300,000.
Yes.
So some of you guys were close. You just have to add another zero.
Yes. So
No. Oh yeah, I said that also.
Yeah.
yes, you move the decimal point 1 point to the left.
That's right.
One number to the left, and that's how you would get it. Then they're requiring a second deposit, a $10,000 balance due in 60 days after the initial 10% balance due 60 days after the initial deposit. So that there shows you kind of like what you could do if this is for a new construction property, and this is how it's structured. But you can purchase any which way you can afford. So if you can afford to pay cash, you pay cash. If you need mortgage or financing, then you're going to look to a mortgage broker and work with them to get that. When it comes to purchasing real estate, there's always some fees attached to it, unless you're paying cash. If you're paying cash, you pay everything. So you don't have to worry about the fees when it comes to like the lender for if you're borrowing money, then you have to pay fees to the lender. But there's other costs associated in buying a property: inspections, appraisal, title insurance, county recording fee. In Florida, there's different counties. So depending on the county, there's different rules. And of course, we were talking about buying a condo, or as I was telling you about the gated community, those gated communities, they might come with homeowners association. The association fee that you pay pays for them to come around and do like the lawn service, maintain the grounds, maintain the clubhouses, and different parts of the property, because it's like a little community. So you have to make sure that you're covering your fees when you're thinking about your money and when you're going to invest in these properties. Taxes. Go ahead, Miss Stacy.
Sorry, Miss Michelle, can you go back to the previous slide, the one that has the deposits? A couple of the kids,
Lord.
a couple of the kids, we take notes. A lot of the kids take notes for KiddieNomics. So they need that in their notes.
Okay, so let me see, current slide.
And then Nelma wants to know, can you use a debit card to pay for a property, or does it have to be physical money? Oh, that's a good question.
Okay, just so you know, when you're using your debit card, right? It's a practice that I've learned when I was in the banking industry. When you're using your debit card, it always has limits, right? So depending on what your limit is, you can use it for the deposit, but you have to have a very high limit on your credit card, on your debit card, because your debit card is actually your physical money. It's not like a credit card, right? This money, once it's gone from your account. It's gone from your account, it's gone from your hands. That's what your debit card is used for. Ms. Stacy, I don't know if there's any other rules that I'm missing when it comes to debit cards in Canada, but specifically, there's always some limit to how much you can use off your debit card.
Yes. And there's other things that go with it too on the debit card. First of all, like you need to have the one that says Visa. On there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there's other things, because just because if you're in another country, your debit card may not work. So you have to double check with your financial institution to figure out if that's a possibility. And typically, I think the builder usually wants a bank draft.
They want a bank draft. They want money wired funds, which goes from the bank to their account. So
typically, a debit card would not be the normal way of coming up or paying for a down payment. Yeah. But I guess, but that's an awesome question, because
it is.
That should happen. So
yeah, because, and guess what, Miss Stacy? Say for example, you had money in the bank, right? You had a lot of money in the bank, and you wanted to use your debit card with your Visa logo to take cash out, right? Oh my gosh, I lost my thought just now. Anyways,
But I think the kids are good with this screen now, so I think you can
okay,
move on to the
I
next.
can move on.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you, kiddies.
I think, yeah,
And we
Jenna's
did
good.
this one.
Yes.
Okay, taxes. Taxes. Miss Gloria talked about taxes. Just so you know, if you are purchasing property in the US and you're making money from that property, the IRS will expect you to pay taxes on that money as a non-resident. There are certain things that you could do if you know that you're making so much a certain amount of money, you can opt to file a tax return in the US to offset it. And then, of course, you still have your Canadian taxes that you pay on your other income and investments there in Canada, but you can choose to file a tax return in the US. My advice to everyone that's dealing with investments, especially when you're here when you're doing it from Canada to here in the US, speak to your accountant, okay? Accountant or an attorney to go over that information, because some people can be making a small amount of money on their investment and some people can be making a large amount of money on their investments, and your income bracket makes a huge difference when it comes to taxes, and it can get really involved. So you want to have a professional like an accountant or an attorney or both, actually. You may want to have both to take a look at your finances to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Any questions on that?
I don't think so.
No.
You don't think so? Well,
Stacy.
thank you. Oh, go ahead, Miss Stacy.
Oh, no. Sorry. Go ahead, and then I'll ask the kids if they have any other questions.
So I want to say thank you guys today for all your questions and just being involved and listening to me. I know that you guys are going to be great investors and controller of your finances in the future with all of these different presentations that Miss Stacy and Mickey are bringing to you guys. And I thank you so much for the opportunity, and see you later.
Thank you, Miss Michelle. That was awesome. Let me see if any of the kids have any other questions. Are there any questions that we've reviewed or that I may have missed? No, all the kids are saying thank you, big thank yous, big claps, which is awesome. All right, so no questions. Yeah, they're all saying thanks. Okay, awesome. Miss Michelle, if you can stop sharing your screen and hang out with us for a few more minutes, and then we'll wrap up KiddieNomics. This was awesome today. We learned a lot about Florida real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes me want to go soon whenever it is safe to travel and we are able to do so.
Are you still seeing my screen, Miss Stacy?
Yes, so you got to stop sharing your screen.
I thought I did that. You are screen sharing.
It's usually right at the top. And
it's right. No, I see it. Ah, there it is. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. Hang on. Let me get to my screen. All right. The last question that we ask on every single KiddieNomics webinar: what would happen if kids became more financially literate? And our answer is
real change that impacts the world.
Real change that impacts the world. Because honestly, the more financially literate that you become, the more things that you'll be able to really do with your money and understand your money. And therefore, maybe it's going to be something where you're going to build the next spaceship and you're going to be the next Elon Musk. Or you're going to cure COVID or whatever that is. Financial literacy will help you get to whatever it is that you want to be, whether or not it is a basketball player or an accountant. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to be, right? Okay, so we call you guys Young Financial Literacy Ambassadors. I call you guys this every week. And the reason why is because you guys are our authorized messengers and representatives. You guys represent us out there. And I'd love to hear messages from parents and you kids whenever you do get your parents' permission to email me. And just letting me know that, like you were talking to a cousin and this is what you learned about about credit cards or about investing in Florida or whatever it is that we had discussed. And I love to hear the messages that I get from all of you, just saying how much you're sharing your knowledge out there. and sharing your knowledge with your family and your friends and your community, because the more that you share it, the stronger that you become. And that's why we say knowledge is our
superpower.
Knowledge is our superpower. It truly is. You guys are learning so much knowledge. You guys are learning so many things that I wish that I had learned when I was younger. And you guys are learning this at such a young age. And now with that, as you get older, I can't even imagine all the things that you guys are going to be able to do and become. So I'm super excited for your futures. All right, so here's our schedule coming up. We had Miss Michelle this week. Next week, we have Miss Billie Jane Bolton Rojo. She will be back on KiddieNomics. We love Miss Billie Jane. She's been on KiddieNomics a number of times.
Like 50 times.
Not 50, but we've had Miss Billie Jane on a number of times. And we love when she's on KiddieNomics. So she'll be on next week, and we'll be talking about university college scholarships. So we talk about how to save for your post-secondary education by using savings and RESPs that we've talked about a few times in the past. But let's also talk about some scholarships out there that is free money that will help pay for your education and maybe save your savings to do something else, like maybe buy a property in Florida. Right? So that's what we're going to discuss next week. And then the week after that, we have Mr. Andrew Day. He will be back on KiddieNomics. It's always a super fun time with Mr. Andrew. He'll be back on Friday, May 7th, and we're going to talk about how to start an online store, right? So a lot of you kids are all entrepreneurs, and I love to encourage your entrepreneurial spirit. And so some of you may already create t-shirts, or maybe want to sell your art, or, sell your comic books. I know a lot of you guys are writers because we've had how to publish your book on KiddieNomics before. So we're going to talk about how to open an online store for kids. And then on Friday, May 14th, we're going to have Miss Alistine back, and she's going to talk about business incorporation. So we talked about sole proprietorships before, and now we're moving up to how to incorporate your business.
Wasn't that on October 30th?
Yes, that was your birthday. Yes, we did. We did Miss Alistine on Mickey's birthday last year, where we were Queen Save a Dollar and Princess Save a Coin last year for Halloween, and it was Mickey's birthday. So that was fun. All right. Coming up, this is a special edition of KiddieNomics. We have Miss Marcy Ian. She was formerly of The Social, and now she is a Liberal MP in Toronto. And we're going to have more of a Q&A session, which is a question and answer session with Miss Marcy Ian, but she's going to be talking about her journey and the power of pivoting, because she's had several different roles. So I want you guys, just like we had for Dr. Jill Andrew, where you sent me in your questions that you would like to ask her, I need you guys to send me an email, of course, with your parents' permission, some questions that you would like to ask Miss Marcy Ian. Some of you have already sent me emails, so I did write them down. But please, if you guys, please send me an email or put it in the chat box right now so I can see it, and I'll mark it down as a question to ask Miss Marcy. And this is coming up on Friday, May 21st. Okay, so in a couple more weeks, Miss Marcy Ian will be on, and that's going to be a super fun time, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so speaking about just talking to me and let me know what it is that you guys would like to learn. I always love to hear your ideas on any other topics that you would like to learn about. I love when either you get your parents or yourself, with your parents' permission, send me an email. Let me know other topics that you want to learn about relating to financial literacy, because guess what? We're here every Friday, so I want to make sure we're covering things that you want to learn about. And of course, you can always contact me at kiddienomics101@gmail.com. And if you find our information sessions valuable, can you please like and follow us on
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Yes, we're going to get into TikTok. Yes. I'm gonna post a video one of these days, and I'm gonna do a dance move. We're gonna get there. It's been a year of TikTok.
You've been waiting for so long. I forgot to do more of it.
I know. Mickey knows all of them, and it's I don't even know if she still knows how to do Renegade.
I forgot how to do that,
which was like one of the first dances, right? So,
Yes,
anyways,
yes.
that was we'll learn we'll learn a dance. Miss Michelle, do you do TikTok videos?
I actually, yes, I've done TikTok videos with Isaiah, which is my son, and my Kira, who is my daughter. We've done a couple of TikTok videos. So yes, Miss Stacy, you need to get on board and get your TikTok, at least one out there. And I think you should have a goal of getting it done by May. Okay?
Yeah,
By the end of May. I'll give you till the end of May. At the end of May, that's your goal.
the end
Get
of
that
May.
TikTok done.
That's cool. We
But
should.
if you don't, I will force you.
Yes. Okay. We should.
Well, the kids are there. They'll remember that you said you're going to do it before the end of May.
Before the end of May. All right.
Yeah.
That okay. So you kids are gonna have to keep me accountable for me posting a TikTok video. Oh, Melanie says yes, we will.
Yes. Good job. Good
Right.
job.
So you guys will keep me accountable for me learning a TikTok dance. I should actually take a vote and figure out which dance I should learn first.
Savage Love. You already know that.
The Savage one? Yeah. Oh yeah, I know how to do that one. That one's really easy. Even my other daughter knows how to do it. Okay. All right, cool. We'll do that by the end of May. All right. Anyways, thank you everybody for joining us today. We will see you next week. Thank you, Miss Michelle, for sharing your knowledge with the KiddieNomics community. We absolutely appreciate you, and we learned a lot for your session. So thank you. We'll see you guys we'll see everybody next week. So have a fabulous weekend and a fabulous week, and bye. All right, let me stop sharing my screen and end.